Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, welcome and hola.
Hi, and welcome everyone to the third episode of ZBC Podcast. I am Heli Dhamesha,
And I am Abhinav Goswami.
and it's been great having you all here, finding answers to our college questions together.
Heli, I have been pretty worried on how to go about building my profile. Many seniors have also been very concerned about their placements. It's giving me anxiety already.
I know, yaar, I too have been wanting to get started with research work.
So, are not we getting seniors to help us out? After all, we have too many questions to ask.
Yup, we do. Our guest today is Mr. Jayit Saha, the senior with another envy provoking profile, who has done a lot of research, won hackathons, bagged a placement offer from Walmart, and has maintained a CGPA of 9.35 all the while. Almost superhuman, isn't he?
Yes, that is very impressive indeed. What are we waiting for? Let's get started with our third episode, diving deep into research. Would you like to tell the audience a little more about yourself, Bhaiya?
Hi everyone. So I'm Jayit Saha. I'm currently in my senior year in VIT. So I'm pursuing computer science and engineering. So I'm primarily a software engineer and a data analyst. I really love making products which actually impact the society in a very positive manner. I can just remember making, different types of products which address to healthcare, agriculture, to our older generation, and that's what makes me happy. I am really into machine learning and maybe artificial intelligence because that's like rising and it can solve many issues, I feel. So that's pretty much it. That's about myself.
That's a lot, and it's really impressive that you are taking into consideration the future scope and how it can help society and all of those. That is a really good humanitarian approach that you are taking with your research work and all of your other projects too.
Thank you.
So, because we are second years and we've never been to college, we keep on dreaming about when we'll visit the campus, but we have no idea about it.
Yes,
Right.
Bhaiya.
So, what was your experience at VIT when you were in campus? And
Right.
there were some
Okay.
moments or some good moments you would like to share?
Sure. Most probably it was my first year and maybe the half where I really attended college because after lockdown, I don't remember myself even attending a single class. So in college, it was like going from one block to the other, and it was so fun because you actually get to be there and enjoy the moment itself. So it wasn't like tiring enough. So like you can always get into the moment. You like attending classes because they are offline, so you get the individual attention of professors. So it was really nice. What I loved most about VIT were the sunsets and the evening breeze. It was so nice. So like I could remember like my whole group like chilling in front of the library grass, you know, and it was like living the moment. But then lockdown happened. So yeah.
Yes, Bhaiya. Now we are missing offline classes so much. So, Bhaiya, what was your selection of courses on Coursera and why did you select those courses?
Right. So a few of my friends suggested me that if you want to get into machine learning, do Andrew NG. So I took the Andrew NG course in Coursera about machine learning. So it was so statistical. And that's when I realized that machine learning is not just coding. It's maths plus Python plus Scala, R, and it's like a humongous set of different things and aspects combined together, which actually makes it possible in training a model, a machine learning model. So my primary focus was always machine learning, deep learning, image recognition, NLP, and those were like the set of courses that I always wanted to do. I also got like pretty certified by some Google certificates and courses on Coursera. But yeah, do not go to Coursera for the certificates, rather go for just the learning purpose because the professors there who teach are pretty awesome. So I don't see a value in the certificates because always the internship LORs matter more than these course certificates, but the knowledge, wherever you can gain knowledge from, it's amazing.
Yes, Andrew NG, we have heard about it too. Every senior that we ask or try to inquire about ML has its name on his tongue.
Yep. And after going through a lot of courses, I do think that his courses are very much helpful to us. Now, coming back to one of your specialities, the way you communicate, you're able to communicate everything so well. You've taken part in a lot of hackathons. You obviously need to speak a lot. So, what do you think communication skills, like what is their importance in life, and do
Right,
we really require communication skills as much as we think, even though we are only software
right.
engineers?
I feel without communication, you can't go the leap. So, how I developed my communication skills is initially I was not that much good at, like, I pretty much had stage fright, but then I saw the situation that whenever I'm going to a hackathon and suppose I'm in my grand finale. So basically, the grand jury is a set of vice presidents of top MNCs. So if I stutter in front of them, or if I'm not projecting my confidence properly in front of them, they're going to simply reject my application. So I actually build something day in, day out, but I fail to present it properly, and they see it in bad light. So it has to be equal weightage. As much as you know coding and development, you should have that aura in yourself to project that confidence. You should never feel scared about anything, because what's the worst that can happen? You can say it wrong. You can always correct yourself, right? So nobody's gonna sue you. So whatever you want to say, speak it out freely, and do not think twice before speaking. That's my motto.
Yes, Bhaiya. So, like, there are so many clubs in VIT, and they give us the opportunity to be the part of the clubs. So, what clubs were you a part in VIT, and how was your experience in those clubs?
Right. So my the best club I've ever been to for me is PALS. So I was there for more than like 2 years. So initially I was in the web development and the marketing team. So both teams handling parallelly. And then after a year, I was promoted to the marketing lead. I wasn't made the web development lead, but I was pretty good at marketing too. So I was made that lead, and I was pretty happy because I really got amazing, colleagues and teammates, and the whole marketing team actually depended on, like, the event depended on the marketing team. So it was pretty surreal, and it also, I can say that I actually handled 25 plus people, 30 plus people, got so many registrations, had to interact with so many people, and it actually made me feel more confident. Yeah,
That's quite impressive, Bhaiya.
I think like clubs are a great place to practice our other skills, also get a break from what we
absolutely.
are constantly doing in life. And
Absolutely. It's like, as much as, you know, computer science or any of the branch you are watching from is important, so is the soft skills. That's why we have a course of soft skills, but no one takes it seriously. So these are the ways you can actually enhance it, and I feel this is the best way to enhance it.
I see. So, apart from clubs, were you a part of any other co-curricular activities? Because I think there's
Um,
a lot more, right?
right. So I do play table tennis. I am a certified swimmer. I play a very nice classical instrument called sarod. I don't know whether you know it or not. You can Google it up. So I've been playing sarod for 14 years now. So I really like the melody of it, and these things are where I find peace generally. So yeah, that's pretty much my co-curricular.
Wow, like playing instrument for 14 years, that's a long time. A good mastery at it, I'm guessing.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
So, Bhaiya, like, what's the one thing you wish you had known before joining college?
Right. कि भाई जो ब्रांच में जा रहे हैं उसका तो एटलीस्ट फंडामेंटल पता होना चाहिए ना। भाई आता कुछ था नहीं, ठीक है, आ गए हम उठा के सीएससी में, ठीक है, भाई फर्स्ट ईयर डूब गया। Basically, I wasn't comfortable in adapting. I could see people with, so much experience in Java, Python, at least they have the basic knowledge, and I was like, okay, what is it am I doing? So I was pretty much in a vast sea, and nobody was there to help me, and I felt trapped. I felt suffocated. But you gotta do what you gotta do, because in the end CSE में आ गए हो, so पैसा खर्च हो रहा है ना, तो इनपुट तो देना पड़ेगा खुद के तरफ से, नहीं तो there will be more repercussions at home, and the rest is, you know what.
This thing, bhaiya, I can relate with you.
Hmm. I think most of the people can. And see, it's not the end of it. See, nobody knows everything. And if you feel that someone else is better than you, okay, and you feel that you can never overtake them, that thought process has to be changed. See, it's not about overtaking, it's to be getting as close as possible to that person, right? Eventually, you won't even realize when you've overtaken that person. And that's how, because you should invest in yourself rather than always looking at other people and getting envious that, oh my god, this person is so greater than me. And that's not how it works. You need to refine yourself day in, day out, because it's like your job right now. You are building your own career. You should not take advices just like that. You need to verify yourself, you need to put in your own efforts, and that's how you succeed.
These are very, very true, very, very wise words. Definitely you need to work hard. These few years, they make or break your career in the future.
Absolutely.
And I mean, despite being thrown into a completely unknown situation, you did still come out with a lot of research work, such good placements, everything. So,
Everyone has the potential, so you just need to tap it.
true that I think we need to work hard to tap that potential then.
Sure.
Yes,
So,
bhaiya.
like, what inspired you to choose this field of research, and how did
Right.
professors play a part
Right.
in it?
Very interesting question. It's like I tried with competitive coding, okay? So I couldn't get the head or tail of it. First of all, C++, not my thing, okay? I was seeing other people's C++ code and I'm like, what is this? I can't read it. So primarily that's why I chose Java, because it's so user readable. And secondly, I couldn't, get a good vibe by seeing my test cases getting passed, though this scenario changed when placements came in. But initially, my second, third year, I couldn't get the motivation to just see the test cases passed. For me, it was like a bigger goal, maybe. It was like always doing something for the society, for other people I'm with, making applications which actually benefit them in real life. I can't play with the static, problem statement. I need dynamic nature. I need everything dynamic. So that's how I went into development. And from there, I was like, okay, this topic has a big potential. And I feel that this topic is so much, niche and nobody actually pays heed to it, but it is affecting a lot of people in the end, right? So why not take this topic? So I took a very niche topic in healthcare and I had no head or tail ideas about it. And that's how I pretty much learned. It's a process. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And that's how I got into research. First development, then research.
Oh, that's quite impressive, bhaiya. So, like, how was your experience working in research papers on machine learning? Like, how
Right.
did you begin working on these papers?
So like so the mantra is whatever J components you are doing, right? So at least do three of them very religiously. Okay. So if you have six J components, 50% of them can be from your previous J components, but the other 50 have to be your own effort, right? You have to actually work hard on them. Maybe they result in a research paper, maybe they don't. But actually, you can put them on your CV because you actually worked on them and they are unique ideas. So if you find any uniqueness, tap it. Why not? Like every unique idea can be transformed into a paper. Even if it's not unique, it's based on someone else's work, but you are adding something on it, right? Something that you feel that makes it even more better, right? So that has a potential of a research paper. And then I started writing research papers just for fun. It's like it took me 7 days to write a full research paper. But don't get me wrong, 7 days to write the research paper, but almost 4 months, 6 months, 8 months to do the research work, right? So those are two different things. One, doing the work, and then writing it in own words. So writing a research paper is an art. So you have to make it as presentable as possible. like dump it with figures and select journals. I love journals rather than conferences because they have a lot more weightage and in the international society. So I still remember, and also I should always mention the partner I worked with, like amazing. So we worked in hand. So it was really amazing research experience for me, and the professors were very supportive, very supportive. They motivated me that go for this journal. Like when I thought that I wasn't equipped for Springer, the professor said, "Why not? Let's give it a try at least. The quality of the paper is at par to Springer, so why not go there?" So that's how I wrote research papers.
I
Oh,
see.
so professor at the some point in your life has played a very important role for
Sure,
your
sure,
pushing.
sure. Always. Like without VIT, I don't think I would have.
Oh,
Like that motivation wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. I guess there was also a drive somewhere for you to bring about some innovation to implement.
Yeah, like always, I always think of ideas which impact, like help others, like be it very minimal help to very nice, you know, merging different types of applications into one and making it like superfluous to other people so that they can use it in real life. And that's why I actually won hackathons like nationally, internationally, because the jury members actually saw it, like saw the potential of the application, and then they selected me as a winner or a runner up. So yeah.
I see. So, like, obviously, you have done a lot of research work. You've been research intern at a lot of places. But could you share your experience at NTU, that is Nanyang Technical University?
Right. NTU. Okay, a bit overview about NTU. It's currently, I think, ranked 10 in the world, and it takes, I think, 20 to 25 people every year, just all over the world. So it's pretty rare to get in, and I wasn't interviewed by the professor to get in. Like I just submitted my resume and he selected it, and I'm glad that he did. So now, going to the experience, we were supposed to travel to Singapore, but due to COVID, we couldn't. So that was a setback. But I'm glad that the internship did not get cancelled because, so in NTU, like the research environment is completely different. So the professor is more invested than you, I feel. Like, so I was working with a professor at NTU as well as a professor at NUS. So I was getting the light of rank 8 and rank 9 universities of the world almost. So and they're almost 3 or 4 in computer science. So it is like unbelievable for me. And so I pretty much worked on fintech, financial technology. So there were natural language processing involved. There was Finbert involved. So Finbert is another architecture. Uh, I hope you have heard about the Bird architecture. So that actually, trains it on financial models and stuff. So it was pretty complex. Like I remember, I think me and my teammate wrote over 10,000 lines of code, and we pretty much finished. Like NTU's actually is still going on. Like it's supposed to end on 31st of December, but we wrapped it up last month. So yeah, and we also wrote a paper, and let's fingers crossed if we can publish it. So yeah, like the experience was surreal. I would always motivate anyone and everyone to at least give it a try. Why not? Because everyone has the potential, and there is no harm in trying, right? What possibly can go wrong? You get rejected, so it's not a big deal to get rejected. I got rejected so many times in so many places, in so many journals. So you have to take rejections positively, rather improve your resume, and that's how you roll.
I think a lot of us just wait for the right time, or when you have the right skills, maybe
Right,
fear rejection and all, and
yes.
they don't go for the opportunity.
right. You never know when's the right time, right? You never know when's the right skill. If you have one skill, go with it. Why not? If you're one skill mastered, if you have, suppose I started with Django, right? So if you're that skill mastered, go for it. Who's stopping you? That's how I think about it.
So, like, along with your experience in Singapore, I think you also attended the ECIS conference.
Right. So as I told, I submitted in ECIS. So ECIS is, I think, rank 4 in the world conference. So ECIS full form is European Council of Information and Systems. Right. So we submitted. Like it's very rare to get even get the opportunity to submit in such a high ranking conference. And the professor that I was under in NTU, his H index is 85. So he's like something next level, I feel, because it was like an honor to even get the opportunity to talk to him, because he has been interviewed by Forbes. And so yeah, that's how big that personality is. And to so these high ranking professors do not let us submit papers just like that. The paper has to be of the apt quality, because their name is attached to it. So unless and until it is of that refined quality, they won't give it a go sign. And I remember the professor and the NUS professor both gave a go sign at the first draft itself. We were happy that at least we can summon in this conference, and we did.
It's quite impressive here. Like it's a very new thing to us. And I also want to ask you, like, you have worked with a lot of research papers.
Right.
And what, according to your experiences, what is the best time to start working on these research papers?
Let me think. I think maybe in your second semester, middle or end, that's the perfect time to start with
Okay.
a little bit of research work. So, what I did wrong in my time was I was never into competitive coding, right? I just focused on development, research, this and that, like publishing and publishing and publishing, making products and products and products. So, I never got to focus on competitive coding, and I feel sad about it, because that's gonna be important at in your fourth year at least, because companies do require that. If you're going for placements, have a bit of experience with DSA competitive coding, because it's gonna help you. So that's where I got stuck a bit. Yeah.
So, are you suggesting that we maybe start doing DSA from right now and keep practicing it till the end?
Why not? Why not? Like, if you give 1 hour to DSA every day, why 1 hour? 45 minutes, 30 minutes, as much as you want to, right? What's the harm, right? So if you could do even 3 questions, like basic DSA right now, then at the end of second year, you can easily grind lead code, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so lead code is very important. I won't even say go to Code Chef or Code Forces, go to lead code, because that's where 85 to 95% of the placement questions are going to come from. So if you know lead code up and down, I don't think there will be like slight variations in the placement coding, right? In the end, placement or masters is your target, right? So if you're going for placements, be sure to do lead code at some point of time.
I think then that's a good strategy to stick to.
Yep.
And coming back to research papers,
Mhm.
because you've written so many research papers, I think you're probably the best person to ask this. How do you suggest that we start writing a research paper, or how to go about it, the entire process?
Okay. Okay. So do not decide on any topic, okay? First consult with the professor, right? There can be two methods of starting with a research paper. Either the professor has a lot of these professors have a lot of topics, okay, in hand. So he will ask you a domain. So, or he will suggest a domain. So I was suggested a domain in agriculture, okay, and I took it. There were two domains. One was climate and one was agriculture. So I thought that in computer science, what can I do about climate? But in computer science, I can do a lot about agriculture, because at that point I thought that climate couldn't be tapped using computer science, but it can be. You never know, right? So I took me and my teammate took the agriculture domain, and then the professor himself gave an idea. So now we researched on that, right? So it was based on precision agriculture and drones, and you can see my Springer paper. So this was the paper that got published in Springer, and I'm very happy. And it was my J component. Trust me, it was my J component which got published in Springer. So how it started? This is how it started, and then we came back in lockdown. So we were developing, we were making. So I remember I made the whole application with my teammate in Django, and so every application I have made till now has at least 2 or 3 machine learning components involved in them, right? So make sure you know what are the prerequisites. So if you are actually doing the research in machine learning, know a bit of machine learning, know a bit of stats, know how the mathematics are involved, because in a research paper, more than your output, your analysis, your results and discussions are important. Nobody actually sees much of your methodology, but they are like, okay, let's go to the results. Okay, this graph, there should be graphs, there should be tables, there should be citations, like so many. Like you have to minimum cite 18 to 19 papers. You have to read all of them. You have to analyze and compare that how your work is better than theirs, right? So it's a long process. Like writing a research paper can be long, but trust me, when it gets published, you feel like crying, because the Springer paper almost took 1.2 years to get published. Starting from the development to the review. There were major reviews, there were minor reviews, then another major review, and they were like, okay, let like it's a green tick from the peer reviewers, and then it went back to the editor, and the editor said, okay, so let's publish it. And that's how so Springer, if a student, okay, if a college going student publishes in Springer, I think that's like one of the most biggest achievements there can be in the research line at this point of time. So try. It's all about trying. So don't settle for conferences just like that, right? So at least give 2 shots at a journal. So if it works out. Else, if you don't have that much of time commitment, go for a conference. So nobody's stopping you, but at least go for the heights and then come down a bit if you want to settle for less. Yeah, that's how research work is supposed to be. Then it's very important to get the right partner in research, like who complements you in the research work. Like if you can't do the whole research paper all by yourself. It's not humanly possible, right? So either you like if there are 6 sections in methodology, 3 are handled by you, 3 are handled by the other person. You write the abstract, somebody writes the introduction. You both split the literature survey into 2, right? So a literature survey is like analyzing your topic with other topics, which are like closely related to your topic, right? Reading those research papers in detail and writing a summary of it in 3 or 4 lines, right? So in literature surveys, you have to do almost 10 to 12 papers like this. So divided 6. So that's how the division of labor works in research. And the development process is totally dependent on the team. Like whether somebody is good with this, somebody is good with that, you never know. So just keep it chill. I feel the development is the longest, but the chillest part in a research. But writing research papers can get cumbersome if you're like doing it for the first time, because there are lots of plagiarism possibilities. Never copy paste anything, right? Never copy paste. Write it in your own words. If you see a line and you want to quote it, write it in your own words. Have a good hold on your vocabulary. It will help you in your GRE also if you are planning to go for masters. It would actually, you can use those words everywhere. And if you're using it in a research paper, you can use it in real life, because after all, like the whole community is going to read your research paper. So that's pretty much the whole process of writing a research paper. I feel so.
I think writing a research paper is definitely a lot of work, but
It is. Like basically, it's software development plus they added analyzing your whole architecture. Like I have to make a full architecture model. I have to make 3 to 4 graphs. tables after tables and tables, and those tables have to be cited in the text. I have to explain everything, like everything. If I'm reading a research paper, I should know everything about it in that paper itself, right? Unless and until it's a previously done work, then I refer to the citation and go to that cited work and read about it. So that's how reading a research paper. You have to write a research paper from the mindset of a reviewer. So another thing, I got invited as a peer reviewer in a Springer journal. So that's like a very nice thing for me. So it's like almost impossible to get a student to get invited as a peer reviewer. So a peer reviewer, if you guys don't know who that is, so if you submit a paper, right, in a journal or a conference, so it goes through a double blindfold review, right? So there are two reviewers who don't see your name, right? And they see all your paper, and they are given a time limit of 1 or 2 months, and they go through the whole thing, and they give their decision back to the editors. If basically my decision would say that the paper I am reviewing would be accepted or not. So that's how important a peer review work is, and it's very prestigious, I feel, because I have never seen a student getting a peer review chance. So I was happy yesterday because when I got that mail. So yeah, that's all about this research part.
That is a very crucial position. So congratulations for getting that far.
Congratulations, Bhaiya, for the same.
Thank you.
And maintaining a GPA with your interest and with your hobbies, and I must say a good GPA. Like you have maintained a GPA of 9.35, and with so much of workload. Like how did you manage?
Right. I will start with, there was a moment in my life where I used to study for like 15 to 19 hours a day. So yeah, firstly you got to sacrifice some stuff. सब नहीं कर सकते भाई, ठीक है? मतलब मस्ती अपने जगह, करियर अपने जगह, सब कुछ लिमिट में रहना पड़ता है. So I enjoyed fully my first year, second year half. The moment I stepped back into lockdown, I retrospected myself that where am I right now? Like, am I capable, or am I the best right now in this field? And I couldn't answer to myself. My parents were investing so much in me, and I was doing so little. And that actually bummed me. Like, it made me not sad, but actually angry that I wasn't performing to the levels I should have. And that's when I said to myself that भाई बहुत कर लिया, ट्यूटोरियल्स देख देख के डेवलपमेंट. यूट्यूब तो भाई रहेगा ही, स्टैक ओवरफ्लो भी रहेगा, अब थोड़ा खुद के हाथ से कोड करते हैं. That's when I made my almost first own application called Songify. You can check it out. Yeah, so that's where I peaked, and it took me 1 month to make that application. It was huge application, huge, and it was totally made by me. So it was a really nice experience to start, at least get a start. So this is how I got into the development line, basically, right? So now coming back to the question, how maintaining the CGPA? सोता नहीं था, सिंपल बात, सोता नहीं था मैं, ठीक है, छोड़ दिया मैंने इंस्टाग्राम, ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि I did not talk to people, right? I got my priorities straight. If you have everything, if you make everything your priority, then nothing is your priority. This is a simple statement I like to follow. So I made my priorities very clear to myself, where I wanted to invest my time, whom I wanted to invest my time with. And if you have done that, and if you can sacrifice these stuffs, sleep. My family was very supportive. They were like, right, if you तेरे को 5 बजे तक जगना है, जग ले. As long as you are actually making effort to improve your life and your career, they are not going to stop me. And I think it's applicable for everyone, right? So now coming to the CGPA question. Yeah. So एक दिन पढ़ के कॉलेज एक दिन पढ़ के हम एग्जाम देने जाते थे. Not offline. Don't get confused for the offline. उसमें actual रट्टा मारना पड़ता था. After all, like online are open book, so ek din. That's pretty much how much I invested in college studies in lockdown. And the best part was, for us, all our program courses were almost over, right? So it was only program electives, and program electives matlab machine learning, artificial intelligence, NLP, and these are the things that I know. I have developed them. I have actually worked hands on, right? So who's going to stop me? I know in and out of these things. I have written research papers already on these. So I know the base thing. And college में base से ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं पढ़ाते, for at least now, right? So if you have done your homework correctly, then college is a cakewalk for you. But maintaining a CGPA. So I remember in my classes there were 46 9-pointers almost. It was a bad situation. Like our batch is smaller than as compared to all of yours, right? So, like if you're a 9-pointer, then all the 9-pointers. And I love the competition. I don't know why. It gave me the kick. So I always took the morning batch, and morning batches are the toughest batches for at least our case, right? And like all the 9-pointers are there, and you can't afford to mess any of the components up. Like जितने अच्छे से DA करना पड़ेगा, उतने अच्छे से assignments करने पड़ेंगे, उतने अच्छे से CAT देना पड़ेगा, FAT देना पड़ेगा, lab FAT देना पड़ेगा, projects करने पड़ेंगे. भाई बकवास चल रहा है. भाई क्या है हम लोग? Like if you just mess up one thing, I think there is a potential of a great difference, right? So you have to be accurate. Yeah. So that's how I feel that accuracy matters. Knowing your base stuff matters. Submitting assignments on time. I've never submitted a late assignment. Never in my whole BTech life, except one, I think. LSDB में छूट गया भाई. हाँ. So that was like I was lazy, and I was like, okay, my CGPA is not going to change much, because at a point of time it goes to a plateau, because that's how VID credits work. So yeah. Dedication for one day, ठीक है? Yeah, that's full man. मतलब 16 घंटा college, सिर्फ college, like mind numbing, but you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yes, Bhaiya, that was quite very impressive. And the point which I like the most is like maintaining your priorities. Like that, the priorities point I like the most. Like how to like maintain your priorities, like, and everything can't be prior in your life.
Right. That's the most important thing maybe you can get out of me right now.
Yes, Bhaiya,
Like,
absolutely.
make the right things. Go for the right things which you feel are actually going to impact your resume. सबसे ज़्यादा important is resume right now. Okay. See, if you're going for placements, coding कर भाई. If you don't do coding, कौन तुम्हारा resume देखेगा? तुम इंटरव्यू तक जा नहीं पाओगे भाई. That's the like fallacy in the Indian education system. No coding, nobody gives two damns about your resume, because it's never reaching. Like I remember I even said this to one of the HRs like off campus. Like they are like, भाई population इतना ज़्यादा है, क्या करें हम? So yeah, actually it made point. I'm like, yeah, वो थोड़े ऐसे करके पेज पे पेज resume देखेंगे, वो मर जाएंगे, right? So that's like अभी that's the most that's the only thing that can be done, coding. So focus both, handle everything, coding, DSA, then research, then development, college. This is BTech life, yaar. Like you have to accept as fast as you can. First year तक chill रहना makes sense. College, IIT, JEE, सब एकदम उड़ गया है, बहुत डिप्रेस्ड हो, कॉलेज आ गए, ठीक है, अभी थोड़ा चिल करना है, ठीक है, कुंती में खाना है. I don't know whether you guys know Kunti or not. So it was like our home base for rolls and stuff, and Chinese food. It was like the emotion of our college. But भाई कुछ भी होता था, कुंती चलो या ऑरेंज चलो, तो ऐसा सीन था. So it was pretty nice at that time, but then maturity hits you and you're like, भाई कहीं के नहीं रहे अब तो, भाई CGPA गिर रही है, भाई. Also a note, you go to your third year, CGPA falls heavily. So what you got to do is either try to keep it constant or गिरने नहीं देना है. That's the thing I'm trying to like love from you. So yeah.
So, like, right now, I am currently at that phase where I'm like, it's hitting me hard. My CGPA is not growing, and I feel stuck. I'm like, I'm not doing enough for myself. I need to go out and do it.
Yeah.
So
Like
I guess that
I feel depression or getting depressed is not the solution. I feel कि गुस्सा आना चाहिए भाई. गुस्सा आएगा तभी काम करोगे. ठीक है. दुख होगा ना कोन में जाके रोओगे. That's the maximum you can do. It's good to cry. It's good to cry, you know. अपना काम करने के बाद रो लो. ठीक है. That's what I used to do. Trust me. Like I'm going to be too much candid with you guys, because you're amazing juniors. That's how I used to work. भाई पहले काम निपटा लिया, उसके बाद डिप्रेशन में रोएंगे. ठीक है. भाई हो नहीं रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है, अपना रोना बनता है. But first meet your goals for the day. Set goals. Set short term goals, long term goals. Meet them and then cry. Like simple. I'm a very straightforward guy, I feel. So do that.
I think this is a very, very realistic advice. That's just my
Yeah.
thought.
Like it's very important for I never got the help of my seniors, right? So not much. So at least what I can do is give back what I have learned all this way, so that it makes all my juniors' life super easy. At least they know what they are fighting or what they are up against, so that they are well equipped. At least shield पहन लेंगे. मैं तो गया था ऐसे ही खुल्लम खुल्ला. तो बहुत फटी थी. मतलब there were phases where I was not growing at all. Not seriously, like, legit. I was like, क्यों ही हूँ भाई CSE में, ऐसा था. But then you turn over a new leaf. You have to. Everyone has to if they feel कि नहीं हो रहा है. I'm stuck. See, there is boatload of opportunities. You just need to find the correct way to see them, visualize them, and actually reach it. And it's not a one-day process. Don't get me wrong. It's not a one-day process. If you think that this is like एक दिन में चुटकी बजा के हो जाएगा, nah. It's like total like myth. It's like day in day out. You got to invest. It's like stocks. Invest. You keep investing, right? SIP, म्यूचुअल फंड में SIP करते हो ना जब, ठीक है, हर महीने 3,000 करके डाल रहे हो या 10,000 करके डाल रहे हो. ऐसा ही है. हर महीने, हर दिन, हर घंटा तुम डाल रहे हो, एफर्ट्स डाल रहे हो towards your career, to get a good job, to get a good master's university, and further then a good job and good positions. Yeah, that's
सो भैया लाइफ में थोड़ा सा जेलसी फैक्टर होना भी जरूरी है कि उसके
jealousy बीट करना है किसी को, ये फैक्टर अच्छा है. इस बंदे को ओवरटेक करना है मुझे, मेरी औकात है नहीं बट करना है, तब आग जलती है. समझ रहे हो? अगर किसी को बहुत अच्छी देखो ना, ठीक है, लगता है कि यार ये तो कर ही जा रहा है, मैं क्या कभी नहीं कर पाऊंगा. जब ये सोचोगे ना तभी नहीं कर पाओगे. यार मैं दूसरों को देखता नहीं हूँ कि वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, बट आई एम वेल अक्वेंटेड कि व्हाट दे आर अचीविंग. ठीक है, आई सेट देम माय टारगेट्स. ठीक है, उसने किया, मैं उसका मिलता जुलता कुछ कर लेता हूँ. ठीक है, आई वाजंट सिलेक्टेड फॉर SIH. That did not stop me. I went out and won an international hackathon. So bite me. Yeah, that's how I like to do stuff. Like whatever, I made a pretty good application, like my team, and still it was like SIH was college के top teams जाएंगे, and I wasn't that good in college, at that point of time. And SIH we weren't selected. So I don't care. I can always come back. I can return. So that should be the mentality. That should be the apt mentality, I feel. कि भाई एक हार, one loss does not mean that you lost everything, right? So you got to be really consistent with yourself. And Helly, as you said, you are in a bad place and you feel that you're not growing from there. Don't think about it. Okay? If you think that you're in a bad place, then you'll be stuck in that bad place. And there is no escape from that, right? So as a senior, a super senior, like I would say, let it be. Okay, you should be 100% sure that you are investing everything you have. I think you all should know that I use the word everything a lot because I mean it. When I say everything, मतलब सब कुछ त्याग दो, ठीक है? घर वर सब त्याग दो भाई. करियर है तुम्हारा आगे, ठीक है? यहीं से तुम्हें पैसा मिलेगा, ठीक है? इन द एंड बीटेक में जितना खर्चा कर रहे हो, ठीक है, उसका ट्रिपल तो कमाना ही है ना. That's the goal, right? So how to meet that goal? This is the mantra to meet that goal. करते रहो. So that's how you progress. Jealousy is harmful, I feel, but थोड़ी रखनी चाहिए, you know.
Jealousy, I think you can go with competition more.
Yeah, absolutely. Competitive nature is very good. Very good. उसने ये किया, मैं ये करके दिखाऊंगा, ऐसा एकदम आग जलनी चाहिए, ठीक है?
And उसके पीछे बाद में effort भी आने चाहिए, not only those thoughts.
आग जलेगी तो एफर्ट आना चाहिए. अगर नहीं आ रहा है, then something is really wrong. तुम ठीक जगह आग नहीं जला रहे हो. Right.
Like you talked about your journey, it was not always this smooth. हमेशा ऐसे ऊपर नहीं था. So
It's
आपके
like say-
what were your setbacks in your journey? How did it affect you? And I think
setbacks.
you did have some
Setbacks.
mantras to work on.
Right. Setbacks is मेरा पूरा स्कूल लाइफ, ठीक है? सिर्फ HTML सिखाया भाई. HTML कौन सिखाता है? ठीक है भाई. क्लास 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 HTML same shit. H1 tag, H2 tag and table बनाना. भाई हद है, ठीक है? So that was the biggest setback because I feel that I did not mature in the computer science aspect because I was unaware of it, and I really wanted. I was seeing my dad as a software developer my entire life, but he was sure that he wouldn't tell me anything. It was like मैंने खुद मेहनत करके किया है, तुम भी वैसे ही करोगे. Like he has sources in so many places. He could have easily got me an internship, and I was like, नहीं यार, नहीं मैंने पापा को पूछा था, ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है? तो the response I got I couldn't say here, ठीक है? So right, so basically the end story was खुद मेहनत करके, खुद struggle करके internship लाओ, तब actually satisfaction मिलेगा, right? Satisfaction is very important for progress. If you get satisfaction from this place, you're gonna put 200% on the other place because that's actually benefiting you. So pumped up. That's how human psychology works. Right. So this was one struggle. Second was no seniors. Okay. Never got any advice from anyone, sadly. Was lost. Always lost. Always a lost soul. The knowledge. I just wanted to gain knowledge and knowledge and knowledge. What else? Setback. Right. बस इतना ही था, I think. Setback यही था.
I see.
Yeah,
Nice.
बहुत time waste किया first year. Time चला गया. Time is money, Like I feel that if I had invested more पहले, I could have gone even higher. Like, yeah. It's always this, You can't say that I have achieved this. That's why I should stop. No, that's a very wrong mindset. So if you achieve almost everything that you can, go for more. Because the day you cut slack, I think you pretty much lose a part of yourself that wants to do or wants to go forward. And that's not what I want from career. Like, it should be always dynamic, as I always focus. Static nahi, dynamic bano.
I think the day you cut slack, that momentum goes off. You can't go ahead with that.
Yes.
Like even after placement, I'm currently doing my freelance work. So I'm getting paid, I think, 2 lakh for a month. Okay?
Nice.
It was like, I was like, अच्छा, ये तो बहुत funny हो गया. Right. So yeah, and the work is really amazing. So like, Canadian national rugby team is pretty much hiring me to do that, to make the product, and it's really amazing. It's on React. I really love React now. So my main focuses are Django, React Native, Node. So these are the things I pretty much do, and like in full stack, and I make sure to combine my machine learning and deep learning skills with all of them. Like every product, I never make products which does not have machine learning. I just don't want to, because without artificial intelligence, I feel a product loses value, a product loses viability. There is no scope for the product in future, because in the end, everything in life is gonna get replaced with artificial intelligence at some point of time. So investors, jury members, everyone wants artificial intelligence. So yeah.
That is a very valid point. I mean,
Yes, we are.
you got to look after the technologies that are to come next.
Absolutely. What an interviewer wants from you is an intermix of everything. ठीक है, तुम एक चीज कर रहे हो, वो पूछेगा तुम वो क्यों नहीं किए, राइट? सो उसको प्लेट में सर्व करके दो, ये लो थाली है, ठीक है, ये प्रोडक्ट है मेरा, सब कुछ है इसमें, लो खा लो, ठीक है. ऐसा माइंडसेट रख के अगर जाओगे, तो the interviewer is happy. If the interviewer is happy, you get the job. Simple.
So भैया वो जो मतलब भूख है मतलब कुछ सीखने की, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होनी चाहिए जिंदगी में.
Exactly. मेरी अभी भी खत्म नहीं है भाई. मैं स्प्रिंग सीख रहा हूँ, स्प्रिंग बोट भाई, सीखना पड़ेगा. जावा करता हूँ, बट जावा का मुझे वेब डेवलपमेंट फ्रेमवर्क ही नहीं आता. आई डोंट नो कितना यूज होने वाला है. इट्स लाइक भाई यूज होगा नहीं होगा ठीक है, थोड़ा सीख के रख लेते हैं, क्या हो जाएगा. Like no harm in reading the documentation, watching a few YouTube videos, downloading tutorials. Who's gonna judge you? भाई Netflix binge कर रहे हो, कभी-कभी Udemy binge कर लो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, right? So ये तो मैं करता था. Like I don't know, बहुत 100 के ऊपर courses मैंने binge किए हैं भाई. Like ऐसे ही मस्ती में देख रहा हूँ. Yeah, ऐसे. So that's how you learn actually. Like every course, even if the basest of basis course, you know, like would have a single thing which actually you never know. ठीक है, वो और दूसरा कोर्स जो तुमने किया था इसके पहले, maybe that's not offering it. So I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
How important
Yes.
how important gaining and acquiring knowledge, imbibing the knowledge is.
Yeah.
Absolutely भैया.
I mean,
That's us.
जितना भी knowledge ले सको उतना ले लेना चाहिए, because you never know when you might need it, you might use it.
Right, absolutely.
So भैया, like what advice you will give to the juniors or to the students of the college, and like the thing you should never do in your engineering years?
Never ever. Like,
Never ever. Right. बड़ा फनी कर दिया तुमने तो. Okay. ज्यादा मस्ती नहीं करनी चाहिए. From मस्ती, I hope you know what I mean, right? ज्यादा मस्ती नहीं बेटा, ज्यादा मस्ती नहीं, ठीक है? Yes, right. Very good. Yeah. तो एक लिमिट तक, सब कुछ लिमिट में करना चाहिए. हेल्थ देखो अपना, पढ़ाई देखो, मस्ती करो, go for jogs. For me right now, my piece is going out for 10 kilometer runs. Like उतना स्टैमिना है नहीं, बट कर रहा हूँ यार, कर रहा हूँ, मर रहा हूँ बट कर रहा हूँ. So yeah, in second and third year, I really could not invest myself in my own health. So that deteriorated. क्योंकि भाई 3 घंटा 4 घंटा सोना मिल रहा था, right? From lockdown till the day I got placed, this was my entire routine. So that's a long time, you know. So yeah, मतलब March 2020 और अभी I got placed in August 4th, I think, right? 2021. So that's how long that period is. And yeah, there is no stopping. Important thing for juniors is the day you stop, the day you lose. That's like the most important thing I can ever say. So even after getting placed, I'm not complacent about myself कि भाई हाँ भाई super dream मिल गया. I think like that. बहुत जन को मिलता है, सबको मिलता है super dream. Like it's nothing like to be very proud of, right? Walmart, I'm very happy that I could make my parents happy, that they invested everything in me, right? And I could actually give something back to them, a hope, right? It totally bakwas insan nahi hu, right? So yeah, that's the thing. I feel ki even after achieving everything, bhai kaam karte rehna hai, no matter what, no matter how tired you are, it's good. I watch Netflix, ठीक है? I binge daily, right? Like रात पे रात I used to binge, ऐसा नहीं है. But if I meet my goals early of the day, I can invest somewhere else. I can talk to people, but the priority is a priority. So always have that in mind. And college का कभी light नहीं मत लेना, क्योंकि if your CGPA falls, like I remember Walmart का I think cutoff CGPA 9.2 था. There were only 100 people sitting in the online coding test with me. I'm like, okay, that shouldn't have been the case, right? So that's how important and crucial CGPA is, I feel. And yep, these are some important tips I feel are for the juniors.
Yeah. So the hustle never stops, I guess.
The hustle never stops. Yep.
और भैया एक चीज आपके बारे में मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी कि आप मतलब सीखना चाहते हो, सीखते रहते हो आप. ये मेरे को काफी अच्छा लगा.
कंपनी के CEOs भी सीखते हैं भाई. कंपनी के CEOs भी हर रोज सीखते हैं. They have to be acquainted with almost all the technologies that are getting used in their corporation, right? So why not me? भाई मैं तो कुछ नहीं हूँ उनके सामने, right? Nothing. So if a developer stops learning, then what is his market value? Right? So simple logic.
The day you stop learning, you become old, and old is
Yeah.
used anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
simple as that.
you should be acquainted with the new upcoming world. Like every day is a new world in the market of technology.